Okay, have a nice dive.
I will.
Welcome back to Ballan with Guernsey Shipwrecks. I'm JP Fallais, and you're joining us on a dive down to what we know is the Ammo Wreck. The correct name is the Dr. Rudolf Waffendorf. It's an advanced dive with the stern being around about 27 metres and the bell being around about 33-34 metres. It's sitting on a slope, a fairly sandy slope, and it is susceptible to horrible viz. So if you're a new subscriber, I'll give you a little bit more information about the shipwreck. It was sunk on the 24th of July 1944. She's about 381 tonnes, 45 metres long, 7.6 metre wide and 3.8 metres deep. She's built in 1928 and she's built for Grundman and Groschill, Vesemund, which was an old Finnish steam trawler. Originally launched as a Prince Rupert, but gained the name Ammo Wreck after ammunition was found on it, which it was carrying for resupply from St Malo back to St Peterport. She has since been cleared a couple of times by Navy divers, but the original was the Plymouth Clearance diving team, and that was in 5th of September 1969. They were working in Jersey at the time, clearing bombs there, and then they came across. It was an 18-man group, and they also had a recompression chamber on board as well. So that's a little bit of a history. Let's take a look around it. You'll notice I'll put the lights on and off on this dive because this backscatter is not good. So I hope it's not too bad, but we do actually see some nice stuff on this. I just follow Matt around, to be honest. We are coming down the port side of the boat towards the stern, and this object that Matt is swimming between is the funnel. The story goes the 850 Squadron Fleet Air Arm actually dropped a bomb down this funnel, and it actually blew off and landed upside down on the seabed next to it. So that's enough history. Let's have a little look. We got 180 bar, and we're just going to enjoy ourselves. Let's swim around this wreck and see what life we can see. It is pretty dark in this wreck today, so I'm just going to stick near Matt and use Matt. Film where his lights are filming. Always better when someone else's lights are on rather than your own. Quick check of my air. 170. Check on my bottom time. So I've got 7 minutes left until I start going into deco. I'm at 27.5 meters, so I should be alright. I've always felt like swimming down this hatch and having a look what's in the hold. I could go down head first and film it, but it's a bit dangerous. I'll tell you who has been down there many times, and Molly. He tends to go down there. Nice and small, fits down easy. Hello, Mr. Pinchy. So this shipwreck has normally got loads of lobsters on. It's because it's basically in the fairway that gets into the pier heads. So we're only 0.5 miles actually from harbour here. This is probably why we treat it as a bit of our house wreck. It's so close and easy to dive. But you do need permission from the Guernsey Harbour and VTS. In the summer it's hard to dive this because there's cruise liners that are parked right close to it, so you can't really get down onto it. A little bit of an issue back in probably 2015 where one of the anchors dragged over the wreck, caused a bit of damage. So this is where we're heading now. We're going to go and have a look at that bit of damage. There used to be a really good bathroom you used to be able to go in, or on a boat I suppose you'd call it a head. All this has been damaged over the years. I mean, it's a shipwreck, it is actually degrading all the time. This is a coil or maybe a fire hose, or don't know, maybe even rope of some sort. Remember, I used to be able to swim in here and go down, but now this top deck part is collapsed and actually fallen down the hole. You can swim down inside. Cool, look at this. It's a black-faced blenny. And they say we don't get tropical looking fish in Guernsey. Looks like a male on his own. That's pretty cool. Just as I look up to see where Matt is, I notice there's some lights below me. Either there's another diver on the boat, or that is actually Matt. Yeah, it's definitely Matt, I can tell. There is loads of stuff in this front area. It's quite good to have a little look in there. Really, you shouldn't be doing this unless there's two of you. It's quite easy to get tangled up in there. So I'll wait around here and wait for Matt to come back out. I take it he's going to come back up this hole again. It's a lot better with my torches off. As I'm swimming along a bit further, this is an old gun shield. This is where the gun would have gone in the front, and this would have been sitting upright to give the gun a protection. Here comes Matt. Nope, he's still not coming up. He's having a good look around. This would have been one of the roof lights or the deck lights. You can see here a little pitched roof, so potentially there would have been some sort of glass lights on top of this, or maybe deck prisms of some sort to reflect the light down in below deck. Probably would have been the forecastle down there somewhere, maybe mess store or whatever, or somewhere the crew used to sleep. So now we're quite far up towards the bow area now, and this is the damage you can see. So the chain come up over the top of here and it's actually dislodged it. So now I'm at gunnel level, and this is like a whale back, spray back whale back. Used to have stuff inside. Just check my time, 3 minutes. 3 minutes of deco. Wonder what's through the round window. Really nice coral up here as well. So I push the lights in together and I'll poke it through. Hope a conger don't come out and bite me. As you see here, there's washhand basins still on the walls. Like I say, pre-2015 you used to be able to swim in here. You can actually still swim in there from the front, but I wouldn't suggest it, especially not with 3 minutes deco left. Let's start heading back to the shut line, because we've probably got best part of 30 metres to swim back. It feels like we're actually flying in outer space with all this dust. Check out this. It's full of iridescent. This is a Ballan wrasse. You very rarely get to see their true colours. When you catch them, they seem to lose a bit of their colour, especially when they're out of the water. But these are big, big wrasse. There's two of them. The larger ones are probably female. Probably looking for a partner at the moment, so better not get too close. Oh no, I think she spotted me. She's got a glint in her eye and she's coming straight for me. I've never witnessed this type of behaviour from a wrasse. She's coming up, and to one of my torches she's just resting her forehead right between her eyes onto my lens, right on the light, so it's touching her almost, I suppose, forehead. We'd love to spend longer with her, but we got to get back. We're running out of time. There's 0 on our clock. We're just about to go into deco. We still probably got 15 or 20 metres to head back. Still can't see my strobe. Did you notice I put my strobe up a lot higher so I can see it from further away? Still can't see it. It's got to be around here somewhere. We know the shipwreck like the back of our hand, so it's not really worrying whatsoever to us. We'll find it as soon as we get to that rollback stern. Every time we dive this shipwreck, we notice the side is just falling apart. To be fair, the whole thing's falling apart. This is falling off the side of the wheelhouse now. Well, what do you expect? It's going to happen. Plenty of these worms on as well. Let's have a take a closer look at these worms. Seems to be getting more and more of these worms around the Channel Islands. Well, certainly around Guernsey anyway. We must almost be there now. Yeah, I can see that. The derrick. And there's a bollard. And this is the rear deck. So this is it, we've found it. Back to safety, back to our shut line. There's the old winch that used to haul the nets over the back of the boat when it was a finished steam trawler. And I've got a 1 minute stop at 3 meters. But that would clear the time I get there, so it's not too bad, nothing to worry about. There's my strobe. Simple job for Matt, very easy knot. Big loop left out there, so doesn't get any easier than that. That is textbook. Let's go up. Although it's dark and silty, I really enjoyed that. Cracking dive. Deco's cleared. Matt's getting back on the boat before me because I think he was on nitrox. And I'm just waiting on the line now. Richard's on the boat. Richard's back from the deep. Is that 10 dozen, Richard?
Probably not. Probably really on them.
Gonna go in and pick some more divers up now. Or another diver got Molly.
Whatever will do.
It's a good bag.
On the head both.
Okay. We're straight on to dive number 2 now. So Molly's on board. He's in the water as well. And we are drifting down south in quite a lot of tide. It's the last ormond tide of the year, I believe. And it's going to be a big spring, so there's going to be loads and loads of water. So the higher the height of water, the faster you'll drift. Well, that's the theory anyway. So it's my turn to pretend to be a scallop diver again, while I try and collect a load of these things, but at the same time trying to catch some good footage for everyone else to look at. As we speed down the east coast, we come across little reefs, little bits and bobs. I love it when the seaweed's flapping in the tide. Almost reminds me of a woman's hair. We also nip over the top of some big sand dunes. There's that much tide you can actually visibly see it moving. And every so often you get one of the little tornadoes on the back of the reef that spins around and lifts sands up. Just like this. Check out that tornado, that's pretty cool. So it's not only the tide pushing me, I'm also getting pulled by my buff on the surface. You notice my rope or my string heads out in front of me. So just getting pulled along. Take my time and check out the fish, all the wrasse, and also spy on the ones that are hidden. Did you notice this shark? Yeah, don't look at my bag. There's hardly anything in it. These dogfish or cat sharks come in all different sizes. This one I'd say is checkerboard, and it's actually a lesser spotted cat shark. Pretty cool colorations on that one. Quite like that one. Try and get the torch on him. Give you a bit of show. And the old black eye, like a marble. When you look into his eye, there's nothing inside. No remorse. Looks like he's had something to eat around here, because there's loads of bits of crab all munched up. Potentially him. Could have been something else though. Always checking these holes. Sometimes you see congers, but there's always seems to be a shanker hidden there, and there is one down to the bottom left. Do I swim up over there and get a chance to get tangled up in the reef, or do I go around the outside? I'm going to choose the easiest one, around the outside. Oh, spiders are in now. This one looks big enough. Let's just hook them out and have a look. Yep, I think he's good enough. When you put these in your dive bag, you'll be like a cat. You've got to roll them onto their back and quickly push your hands on their centre of their carapace. Just push it in. They always try and turn over. Just push them in as hard as you can. There you go, they're in the bag. Just be a nightmare to get out now. As always, second dive, so I'll check my air a lot more. It's a lot easier to run out if you've got less to start off with. 70 bar. 44 minutes bottom time, got loads of time left. An hour surface interval always helps. See, this is what I meant by the looks like a woman's hair when you look up. Turn the lights off and have a look back up again. So it's a little bit of respite from being hidden behind that reef. The tide's now caught up with me again. I'm just going to have a look in all these little creases, see if I can find the first crayfish of the year. Not that we're allowed to take them, but I just like to film them. It's always nice seeing crayfish. Still in the season where there's loads of cat sharks around. See, this one's a completely different colour again. As you can probably tell, I'm rolling a bit light on scallops. Nope, nothing in the other side of that hole, so I went right around that reef. You can see this one. This is undersized, possibly, kicking out a load of sand, so sort of breathing out, as it were. There's plenty of scallops around here, but they're all just too small. I'm going to carry on a bit further down. Maybe try a bit deeper water. Small, small. Yeah, very small. Like I always say, it's always good to see, but I'd like to have a few bigger ones, just so it's not so embarrassing when I get back on the boat. Check out this for camo. Scallop, cuttlefish. Look very similar. Sometimes you do actually grab them by mistake. Mind you, a lot of the time they just move so fast you don't get a chance to even grab them. Get the light on him so you can get a better look. This is a tiny little baby one. We do see ones a lot bigger than this, like this one here, hidden next to this half buried crab pot. Pretty cool camo. It's even using the seaweed above its head. Don't know what's happened to its eye. It's got a bit of a white bit above its eye there, maybe possibly damaged. Could have got attacked by something, or it might have already spawned and used this crab pot. Let's have a look, see if there's any eggs inside. So the eggs for cuttlefish are small, round, black, sepia coloured eggs. So normally once these spawn, they look after their babies, a bit like octopus, and then they die off, and they kind of look a bit battered like this one, so maybe that's what it was. So a couple of spider crabs and a smattering of scallops. Definitely not beating no records today.
Count your scallops here.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what we got. Size ones. Oh yeah, there's a couple there that are a bit. Even my spider crabs are looking a lot smaller on the surface. That's why I don't like getting spider crabs. Yeah, even they look small. You're going back straight away. Well, you can have that one then, Richard. There we go. It's half decent. And there's not many big ones there. We'll see. Come on, Mo. It's coming up for an hour. Past Amfrey, a couple miles, right from up there. Oh well, he's definitely beat me. Here he comes. Here he comes. How many dozen you reckon?
I think you got your beat.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. You done about 4 miles then, Mo? He's a long distance diver, old Mo.
45 minutes.
Is that all? 45? Home time. Coffee?
Pot time.
Oh no, crab pot time. I see the lobster. Oh, nice one. And a lobster for 10.
Lobster for 10.
I think that's a wrap for today. Thanks for coming along on the dive, and I'll catch you on the next tide.